Musajja aliko ow'ekkumi n'omu mu batopiskwala baliigi gwekyo kimanyi
yaliko mu batopiskwala abaali sizoni yaliyo edda eno gyobadde ogamba osinga golo ogamba mwasa kumoyo ogamba osinga golo muliki kyeba tusiba kyeki mwasa tusiba kwansi abansinga golo nsobola okuba nga nsimuka muza pawo ojja bakubirawo mudonamenti ya pawo naye ate Kazibwe kyenyiza okugamba kino kimu ku itano obadde okuba ewasaapu naye wendi ondabawo naye mbadde wasiwakasigasente lisiti esooka kwegulu obuwulire weekoma nze ngamba kweyo kwendi oba okiwakanamu kweyo kanjikulage olina gyolaga nze ngamba olina otonsinga bibiri kino kyo kizibu lwakituwakanamu ebikonde byose tusobola Isso é uma minha depois vou estar fazendo uma comida. A gente só comida minha sessão, eu tô sem comida. Kana também design. É mais uma. Cara só comida cara na câmera. Eu já fui, aí eu vou falar. Emma.
A very good evening, dear viewers. Welcome to the second live stream of the day. We are at Addis Sports in the city of Kampala, the trading center that is called Chireka, alongside the road that leads to Uganda's very popular national shrines at Namugongo, which are so famous for being a matters sport, just of about 200 meters of Chireka, your branch off at the Shell Garage, Shell Fuel Station, and just like that, you are at Addis Sport. Now it is a 4-man competition today, but it is 2 4-man comps that we are having live. I hope that one doesn't get to confuse you. The first one that we had live was a match between Jackson Asiko and Lucas Buma. Those two were involved in a 4-man comp alongside Mark Mochibi and Abdul Mafabi, who are as well having their match that is happening on another table. So this one is the second 4-man comp. It does have Ian and Ibrahim Kayanja. It also has Habib versus Bwanika Mansour as the match that will be coming next. But for this one, it is Ian versus Ibrahim Kayanja, with Ian, the guy playing now, donning the black and yellow of Big Kells, while Ibrahim Kayanja is donning the black, yellow, white of his management team of late, that is Moneybag Promotions in Chiwatle Trading Center. 2 frames have been played, both of which have been won by Ian, and this could be the third, vindicating his status as the left-handed favorite for the victory of the match. It is Ian 3 and Ibra 0. We are having live streaming of this match both on Break and Finish Live Facebook as well as Break and Finish Live YouTube. Please watch from a platform of your preference. About 1 hour and maybe 20 minutes shall be enough to have this action done to completion. I do think that by around 8:30 p.m. East African time, we should be having the second match of this 4-man comp that will be between Mansour and Habib. That one I suspect will be played for a minimum of 2 hours because the 2 players are not the fastest, most especially Mansour. And then at about 10:30 p.m. we shall be having our final that should be done latest midnight East African time. Tonight, or will I say tomorrow, wee hours of the morning. You're watching one of the most elaborative players, not just in the country, also in the entire African continent, Ibrahim Kayanja. He's a showman. He does play and wins and loses by entertaining. It's just that of late, his form has not been good enough. Nowadays, he's back to full training that is sponsored and facilitated by Money Bag Promotions. Results have not yet exactly been coming his way. Last time out that he was involved in a competition, he reached in the round of last 8 of the 32-man competition that was played about 8 days ago. And he's on the verge of winning his first frame of the match. The first of 4 won by break and finish, live on break and finish. Ibrahim Kayanja 1 and Ian Kazibwe 3. This coming Saturday, dear viewers, we shall be having a 16-man comp that will be coming live to you from Shore Lounge, a place that is not so far away from here, about 10 minutes on the road. Players are still entering. These two have shown interest in participating alongside others. That one will be having even more quality. A one-day comp for 16 players racing tonight for the whole competition on 2 tables. That is from around noon up to around midnight. 12 hours of non-stop action coming to you live from Shore Lounge. It is being dubbed the last man standing 16-man comp. But then in between we could be having a session or 2. Money matches they will be, for whatever reason. And there are other guys who want to have a piece of Jackson Asiko on the pool table, including Lawrence Dangote, including Alfred Gumeke as a black sheep. Those are nicknames also, including Modern Aguma, we call him Modern Pro, as well as a rematch against Ivan Morunji, which on the same table where they played yesterday, which is this very table, they should be playing that rematch this coming Thursday, but for $600 pot, double the pot that they played for yesterday in their first encounter. I hope after telling you that your Thursday evening is sorted, guys. And after that competition, next week shall have the eyes of Africa descending into Lagos in Nigeria, where Big Kells is powering a 64-man competition that will be having players from about 8 countries, including some from East Africa. Ugandans they are, from the SADC region, that is South Africa's Jeremiah Naido, then other players from Malawi, Ginte, Zimbabwe's Richard Mushawe, the family man, and Malvan Makonza, as well as players from Cameroon, of course Nigeria having the most because of being hosts, then Ghana and Burkina Faso. And that action shall as well be coming live. But even more lively is Ian's playing pattern after Ibrahim Kayanja winning frame number 4 with an apple. Ian will be responding with an apple but of a different color. Nonetheless, the same exact end result, winning the frame and extending his lead. Ibrahim Kayanja 1 and Ian Kazibwe 4.
Kapi, ngoku banyoko ini osimalawo. Leba jotele. Sile akuba ko ini. Kapi okafuru obwere. Aizo kubana. Ngoja kwenzeka.
Abadi, Akau Sampo, Akau Istri, Resmi. In the next few months, Abadi will be the first match. Kayanja against Ibrahim. Yang tim number one, Wani Kamansu against Ibrahim.
So more exposure comes when you get everywhere where it's well done. Going for a skill shot is the Grim Reaper, coming the cue ball little, round red to find yellow. How good? Good enough. Perfect. That is why he's nowadays known as one of the most lethal left-handers on the African continent. The Grim Reaper's lead grows. It is Ian Kazibwe 5 and Ibrahim Kayanja 2. Now for shots like that, which normally happen to be the highlights of these games, the one that Ian played to win the previous frame, I always share highlights on my TikTok account that is called Break and Finish Live. The same name of the TikTok account, the same name of the Facebook page that is streaming this match, the same name of the YouTube channel that is streaming this match. I'm currently facing a little network glitch on Facebook. Please accept my apologies. It will hopefully be only momentary. And the thing I want to be apologizing for is Ibrahim Kayanja's pattern. I like it for the fact that this match is being played at a very top level. 8 frames played, Ibra 3 and Ian 5 arrests to 11. Jerry Mabe Sebastian, my friend, who I think is supporting, I think Ian. I just think so, because Jerry loves Caesar so much, and of the two players, Ian is more friendly to Caesar. Maybe that is where Jerry's loyalty will be, at least for the day. Vin Vincent, thank you. I was not happy with the fact that he went for the Reds. Lebon Elias is always watching from Welcome in South Africa, and always watching on Facebook. Only a few times that he decides to enjoy the action as it comes live on the YouTube stream. Thank you so much, all of you that are watching from South Africa. I have to say again that the majority of the viewership on Facebook is South African viewership. That is why you people mean quite a lot. And all countries in the SADC region: Zimbabwe, Zambia, Eswatini, Malawi, Botswana. Always watching, always liking, always commenting. Maybe we could be witnessing another single clearance of the table. If it does happen, it will be the third in a row, with 2 having come from 1 player. Ian, who will be having the relatively hard task of putting the red, which is near the side pocket right. It is a frozen ball. He will have to put it by rail drive, maybe not now. The next shot he has to play may be the cue ball with stop effect, portrait to the corner pocket bottom left. Target, stop shot, perfect. And the Grim Reaper to put the last red to the center pocket right. With a natural, the cue ball to follow the red all the way, but white has to move a little bit bottomwards for Ian to grant himself perfect white for the last red by rail drive to the corner pocket top right. Just like that is the rail drive. He must play to perfection, also ensuring that he doesn't lose white for black, but most importantly must make the pot of the red. Wonderful. He means to have a very, very nice pattern. It is now once again a 3-frame cushion. Been having some internet issues, which I think now we have gotten on the top of. If you are still having some challenges, if the video is still shaky, please don't hesitate to inform me in the comment section. As much as I'll be informing you that at least this is the halfway point of the match. Half of the frames, which is 10 and a half, if the match is to go to a decider, with Ian leading by 6 frames to 4. Racing to 11 in a match that promised to be very entertaining. A match that is living to the promise of a top quality, entertaining, action-packed match. And the two players are playing very clean. But how clean can Ibra be here? The yellow that is closest to white is a tricky yellow. He has it in mind as he tries to put one yellow to the corner pocket, top right. It's in. White moves off the left cushion. The idea is to put the yellow that is leftwards of the two. Maybe it can pass in between the two reds into the corner pocket at the bottom right, but not now. It should be the next shot he will be playing. If cue ball is manipulated well, and not just manipulated well, the white is played very well by one of the most skillful players you will see around. A skillful player that sometimes doesn't have results go his way, but watching him can be a very great joy. And how tough it was to finish off the frame, how easy the real machine has made it seem 11 frames played, Ibra 5 and Ian 6.
On table number 2, Kayanja against Pizza. Table number 2, right now. Kayanja Pizza 5. Let's present it.
If the real machine wins this next frame, he will have equalized in the match for the first time since the match actually started. The only time he was having scores level was when no frame had been played, when the score was 0-0. He's throwing his hands around, not happy with the fact that he has broken dry, and is looking at the position of the yellows and thinks Ian will be a very lucky guy, taking home a frame that is almost being given as a gift of a dry break that has a very good split of the balls. Clearly, they will have to be the yellows for Ian. As Ibra waits and watches, Ian does close the table. Was doing so much, playing yellow into another, displacing red from the corner pocket bottom right, then to play the cue ball into another pile up of two more yellows. It was too much he tried to do in one shot. That's why he at the end of the day closed the table, but then lost position of play of white. And that miss is now a chance for Ibra, and he knows that the best chance of winning a frame against Ian is not giving him a chance to play, because Ian does exactly that. Every time he gets on the table, his intention is to take the frame in what is his current visit of the table. Here he comes, going for an equalizer. That will be very unfortunate. The shot actually seemed as though it was on target, as though the red jumped out of the pocket itself. I've even had to play the shot backwards. Sometimes in pool language we call it abortion, when a ball jumps out of the pocket when it was actually played on target. Unlucky is Ibra. Chance for Ian to extend his lead. Yet again in the encounter, a certain Mr. Habib is watching this match. He is seated and waiting patiently will want a piece of whoever will be winning this one. But first, Habib has to win his own opponent, who will be none other than Bwanika Mansour. The match between the two will be the next on the stream. Mansour versus Habib, also racing to 11. But I am perfectly certain that one will take a lot more time than the one that is live right now.
Let's get on table number 1. Monica Manisu, Sebuzi, Lee. Rest in love.
Alinda Emmanuel, watching from Canada, you're lucky. You will have a chance of watching the Football World Cup. But I hear it is very, very expensive to access the stadium. There comes the real machine, reminding us of who he is in terms of how much skill he can mean to have. Top quality shooting, banking ready into the diagonal corner pocket, playing the cue ball into another red that was seemingly dead. In the same shot, packing it to the corner pocket, and now going for a clearance, making it look even better. Ibrahim playing ready off the other, creating space between yellow and red, making an opening to pot even the red that now he has potted. And with the cue ball being played towards the top end of the table, a lovely back spinning. Another shot, he has to play another back spin, this time moving cue ball leftwards, just like that. Poetry in motion from the real machine. Now this one will be a little more difficult, how he will be potting red, avoiding contact between white and yellow, and then moving the cue ball at the top end of the table, off the cushion and behind the black. It looks okay in what will be the best of his 6 clearances, hoping he does win this, hoping he equalizes in the match, hoping he makes the match more unpredictable. Beautiful. That is it. That is more like it. That is the best of the real machine. Ibrahim Kayanja 6 and Ian Kazibwe 6.
On table number 1, Ian Kazibwe 6. Kayanja Ibrahim 6. Rest 11.
Thank you for watching, guys, from wherever you're watching. I perfectly believe that you're being entertained. Personally, I am. And with due respect to the match that happened between Asiku and Lucas, this one is a little too much. So happy that I've seen Ibra finishing a frame like he did the 6th. For me, that one has been the finest clearance I have watched all day long. He may want to make it even better by taking home another clearance for him to lead for what will be the very first time in the match. He will want to put Yellow to the corner pocket top right, and perhaps black to the same corner pocket with keyboard bouncing off the cushion, moving leftwards, and the rest is a formality. Top class shooting from the real machine, back in business, now leading for the first time in the match, as the match starts to come into its evening. Ibra 7 and Ian 6. Martin Kazibwe says Kayanja to the world. Mr. P, thank you for watching from Nigeria. I hope you are Peter. And Victor also watching from Nigeria. Welcome to the stream. And Wallace Garcia, the real machine, you say is a very skilled player and talented. I agree with you. You don't know why he doesn't get to more of these tournaments. The last 2 years I've been seeing a slump in form for him. Today we are seeing more of the Ibra we all know, but for the last 2 years he has not been shooting anywhere close to this good. And maybe for the fact that he is training more, maybe for the fact that even more junior players are challenging him, maybe he's challenging himself, maybe the hunger to get to where he knows he can be. I like it when I see him taking on a guy like Ian in a match that could go either way, because Ian surely did start this one as the favorite because of how he has been performing in the recent past. Watching from Dubai, thank you for watching. Morshid Sesanga and Richard Wanyika, appreciating what you are calling good work. Thank you very much. And thank you, our tournament director, Emma Ryan.
Yes,
thank you for the good work and having this initiative. Maybe you are the first one to bring up this initiative in the whole world.
Yeah, sure. Of course, at the end of the day, when you have passion for pool, you find out something that is very, very unique for players, because for them, they would love to play pool. Actually, there's no sponsorship in this kind of setup, but they are willing to play and are playing.
They are willing to play, and there is some money to win at the end of the day. It is 3 tournaments in one, but 12 players, 3 4-man comps. And you are dividing them according to the level of ability, It's a very good initiative. Personally, I have to say thank you, Emma.
But also appreciate your efforts. You're always moving with me. Whatever I put here, whether even if I call you today, I'm like, I have a comp today, you come right away. I do appreciate that, Chove. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, and sorry for losing in the weak players comp.
Yeah, and this is what I can promise you.
Yeah.
I've officially been relegated. I'm not going to participate in that kind of category again.
He's called Emma Nagwere. We call him Emma Ryan, today's tournament director. Ian will want to respond to what Ibra did with Ian doing pretty much exactly the same. All he needs now is to roll the last yellow on the table into the corner pocket top left, bounce the cue ball off the top cushion, move it close to the black, and has to avoid contact between white and red, which is what he does and does so perfect. We will be having another equalizer, the scoreboard flipper. Flips even before black is spotted. Nonetheless, Ian 7 and Ibra 7. Thank you for watching from the Facebook stream. Anthony Egesa. Lefoletsi, you seem to be supporting Ibra. You say you are watching from Botswana. Asking who won between Asiku and Lucas. It was 11-9. Asiku won David Kamoshi is asking what the length of the race. It is race to 11 with 7 more frames at the very maximum to play to determine who between Ibra and Ian shall be taking the other home. And for me, in some kind of way, irrespective of the outcome of this match, Ibra is already some kind of winner because of the two players he has been having very bad form of late. For the fact that he's taking Ian the whole length of the match and making the match alive even after the whole of 14 frames played has not allowed Ian to bully him to take a very big lead. That one for me is salutation Ibra, trying to get back to his best, and hopefully he does maintain this recovery such that we can have the best level of competition that we can have when all the top players are in fine form. As for Ian, this one will be the second last of 2 more comps in which he will be participating before he shall be setting off for Lagos in Nigeria on the 16th, which shall be Tuesday next week, which is exactly 7 days from now, for the Big Kells Pool Carnival, participating in the 64-man comp in Lagos on the 18th and the following days, and then having money match. The main one he will be playing will be against Caesar, but he will also be taking on everybody who will dare to play him of the players that will be in Nigeria from countries like Ghana, Burkina Faso, Cameroon, Nigeria itself. But he will not be playing against Shehu Bamidele, Nigeria's number 1, because the two are under the same management. Big Kills. Kingsley Chinyanta from Zambia, thank you, supporting the real machine. Mosoni Emmanuel from Jacinto Gardens in Entebbe, thank you very much. John Bosco, you're saying where is the sword? The sword, I don't exactly understand you. And Richard Wanyika says ocean to the world. I also don't understand that much. Coming live next will be Habib versus Mansour. It will also have 2 streams, both on Facebook and YouTube. One thing that has been top-notch in this match is pattern play, which is one of the most critical things in pool, if not the most critical. Just the pattern play. As for Ian, the pot will not be enough. He will also have probably white played into the red or black, the 2 balls close to each other, maybe move the cue ball rightwards, or simply to have the sight of the black, which is his option. He knows if played well, it can go into the corner pocket at the bottom right diagonally, but having to be on target, he also have to go with power. Most importantly, precision. How good will the shot be? It looks off, not just off, completely off. And how fast Ibra ran out of the blocks to come and take the chance away, to take Ian down, to take the lead for the second time in the match, to try and complete what will be one of his most important results in the recent history, beating a top player in this country in a relatively long race, maybe, but he will be winning not with such chances given. Should have played a little bit with more top spin to ensure, just in case he doesn't pot, he doesn't give the cue ball away. Of course, it won't be easy in putting the black, but he has full sight of the ball. Can have a right cut onto the black, bank it to the center pocket left, or have a sharp left cut onto the black, play it by rail drive into the corner pocket bottom right. Either of the 2 shots will do, depending on accuracy. Looks like he will want to go for a very fine cut by rail drive. Here he goes. My goodness. Sometimes Ian can mean to be very lethal. How sharp. A cut so sharp as though he missed it. It's exactly the little tip of the black that he needed to play, which he played to perfection and wins the frame in the best possible way. Ian 8 and Ibra 7.
On table number 2, final of chapter 1, Teaser 2, Kayanja 1. Rest with them. Coming up next on 2 or 3, finals of chapter 2. Asiku against the winner between Mark Water and Howard Power. Remember the first 2 chats, winner or pro are another. And 5 chats, here, Howard Power. Table number 1, table number 3, sorry. Upwater 8, Abdullah 7. Rest is living. Okay, that's it. Israel from 3. Kayanja for Operation 1. And table number 1, here was 8. Ibrahim Kayanja 8. This is 8.
We now have a rest of 3 upon us. Ian needing to win 3. Ibra needing to win 3 out of the remaining 5 frames, or else either of them will be going home without having a chance to play in the last match, which shall be between the winner of the next match, that will be between Habib and Mansour. Taking down 1 ball at a time is the Grim Reaper, playing under pressure. Pressure that is mounted up on him by Ibra. Pressure which not so many saw coming, not with the kind of form Ian has been in of late, in comparison to Ibra, who has been not anywhere. Maybe that will take me to the question that was asked by one of the people streaming about which was the last time that Ibra won a comp. A big one it was on the 29th of December 2024. How long ago is that one? The end of their competition of the Pole Association of Uganda. That one had 128 players from Uganda and 2 from Zambia. That is Kelvin and Mafia. Ibra beat Kelvin Fikoti in the final. A race to 9. It was by 9 frames to 7. Since then, he has had a few near misses, but for most of the competitions, he has not been close to winning. In between then, he has reached 1 final about 7 or 8 months ago. The grand opening of the Lucky's Pool Arena, he was beaten by Ian in the final by 9 frames to 5. A few quarterfinals and a few semifinals in there, nothing much really. As for Ian, he's had a few mixed results, but his performances have not been questionable. The biggest one of them in the recent past was winning his first ever international comp, the Chairman's Easter Cup at Mchana Pub and Grill in Nairobi, in Kenya, a comp that had players participating from 8 different countries. He beat Tanzania's Amadeus Makidi Zeki in the final. He has failed to have yellow on target after being played off red. He's giving chance Ibrahim to play the keyboard into the frozen red, and not only opening it but playing it all the way upwards with power. Has it within himself now to take this frame down once and for all, but he must put a ball now. A very narrow miss. Very painful miss, but not so bad. Safety play. Ian has full sight of only one of the yellows, the one that is in between the two. And realistically speaking, the only place where he can put it in a direction is at the center pocket left. It can go indirect or can slide off the yellow that is already packed there anyway. And when that happens, because he has a very sharp cut between white and the yellow is playing, he may have no control of the key ball. Maybe bounce the key ball off to cushions, that is bottom and leftwards and back forth. Maybe play the white into the red, packed at the corner pocket, which is what he does, but white doesn't go in. Inside yellow goes in and Ian concedes the frame. And Ibrahim Kayanja leads at the business end of the match. Ibra 9 and Ian 8. If Ibra can win this ongoing frame, he will make himself the overall favorite for the victory. How I like his fight back attitude. He was down by 4 frames to 1 when he was outplayed by his opponent at the start of the match. Since then, he has been matching Ian every step of the way, and a few times Ibra has even been outplaying his opponent. That one could be terrible. Maybe Ibra became a little too complacent. Maybe he underestimated the yellow, which was occupying part of the movement of the red. He has gotten the shot all wrong. Not only missing his ball, but playing the white into one of Ian's reds.
On table number 3, Abdul Makam 9, Makuta 8, rest 11. Table number 1, Kazibwe 8, Ibrahim Kayanja 9. Final of check 1. In a special way, sentence media that you need to sentence. You will have
something like that. Especially
Table number 1, Ian Kazibwe, Ibrahim Kayanja, West Phillips.
You are watching the last moments or minutes of the biggest game of the day so far between two national team players in Ibrahim Kayanja, who somewhat finds himself playing very good pool today and leading against the would-be match favorite in Ian Kazibwe by 10 frames to 9, racing to 11, 2 frames to go, including the one you are watching. Both of them must be won by Ian, or else he only qualifies out of the four-man competition to go home before the final. If he wins the ongoing frame, then we shall have a decider. A dual live streaming of this action is on Break and Finish Live Facebook as well as Break and Finish Live YouTube, with myself, Simon Peter Chobe, doing our match commentary. Ian will want to squeeze the red in the tight space between caution and yellow near the center pocket, which he doesn't. That maybe successfully plays his red just in front of Ibra's yellow, with Ibra having all of the 7 yellows to try and pot and a frame to try and win. Now 1 yellow will be in, and that will be very worrying for Ian, not only because of the position of the yellows of Ibra, which are 6, one of them a little dead near the center pocket left, but also reason for worry for Ian is Ibra's ability to split dead balls open with his cue ball distribution skills.
On table number 2, Kayanja, 5.
That one will be a very painful miss. What he intended is to leave the cue ball in a position where he can put one of the yellows and then have the cue ball played into the pile up of yellow and red at the left end of the table. And with that miss, maybe the chance is eventually Ian's to win a frame that could take the match in a decider. And the red is about to play is the would-be bird of the 4 left on the table. Perfect cue ball to play it by Rail Drive, with the full arm stretched along the table. Ian plays the red on target, and the match should be done. And now Maybe for Ibra, he can count on the position of the yellow that is in between two reds near the center of the table on the left as something that could happen in Ian's pattern. This is the moment where the frame will be won for Ian or lost. The shot he is to play next must be played completely, effectively. Pot red to the center pocket, draw the cue ball backwards. Don't get yourself snookered in, you could lose the frame. That is pin point, perfection. The red will be potted with ease at the corner pocket top left. The existence of the yellow makes the pocket actually bigger. Ideally, he should go off cushion and off yellow with little power, with a perfect roll, with much precision. Off cushion, he actually went direct. Can put black to the corner pocket bottom left, can go to the center pocket left. It will certainly have the same exact effect. A frame won by Ian and a match that will go all the way to the wire. Ian versus the black to make it 10-10. Black is sunk, white is safe. Ian 10, Ibra 10. We have a decider.
Ian Kazibwe 10. Kayanja Ibrahim 10. This game is number 1. A big celebrity against what he comes to. This game will take number 3. Final of the top 2.
So this ongoing frame will be the very last. And I will say again, for the fact that Ian started this match as the big favorite for the victory, irrespective of what will be the outcome of this match, depending on who wins this frame, for me, Ibra is some kind of winner. A real demonstration of what he can do, even when he has not been on form for the last year or so. It will be very unfortunate. He has missed the ball, not just missing ball, he has failed to close the table. That will be a bit disappointing if the mistake comes at the business end of the match. And we'll be taking the easy pickings of closing the table, playing reds, as Ibrahim waits and watches, hoping for another chance, but the chance will not come as big as it did come. Ian taking all the time he has in the world to try and manipulate one pattern, which shall be taking him to the final if he does win it. It is 23 minutes past 8 p.m. I did say when the match was starting that I expect this match to be done by 8:30 p.m. I think I was pretty accurate. It has gone all the way to the decider, and the two players have not even taken some time out. They are just giving it to us full blast from the start up to the finish. crucial ball it is, and Ian puts it crucially. Not just the pot. That was class. How he played the cue ball into the yellow that was behind the red. The same exact way he would have wanted to do it if he was given a chance to do it by playing hand. It's surely getting closer. He seems to be getting the better of the real machine, who, whether or not he wins, will have won the battle. On a few WhatsApp social groups on which we are, people are saying he will not reach 8. He has in some kind of way surpassed expectations of many. And not that he cannot do what he's doing. It's just that his form for the last year has been really wanting. Ian is now the more likely player to win, but must first do it. Full body stretch for the left-handed Ian as he puts and draws the cue ball rightwards. White has had too much movement. If he puts red by rail drive in a normal roll to the corner pocket at the top left, White will not be natural for the one remaining red on the table. So Ian's left-handed antics will now come in handy. How good will he play? It's not just a pot. The cue ball must remain leftwards. He goes for the sharp cut, plays the cue ball into the black in what has been the finest way to try and finish a frame. Never did I see that coming. The sharp cut onto the red. The play of the cue ball into the left cushion, then playing it into the black, splitting the black open and leaving White exactly where he can put the remaining red on the table with ease. Very special playing from a very special left-hander. It will count if it ends in him finishing off the frame, which will mean finishing off the match in its entirety. He does pot, leaves the black all to himself to put to the center pocket left to finish off what has been a very worthy fight for Ibrahim. Ian now against the black with a very deep breath and what looks like a sigh of relief because of a big fight from Ibrahim seems to be ending with victory for Ian. Going for the black, maybe to the corner pocket bottom left. He goes for the corner pocket and sinks the black and wins the frame and wins the match. But what a piece of entertainment it has been, and most importantly, what a way it has been to seal off victory for Ian. Ibra will be leaving somehow a contented guy about his performance. At the end of the day, the important thing is to win the frame. That gets you the victory. Ian progresses to the final. Ibra progresses home. Final score: Ibrahim Kayanja 10 and Ian Kazibwe 11.